We turn now to this newly revealed police report that offers graphic details into a claim against Donald Trump's pick to run the Department of Defense.
All right, so this one, I have to be a little bit careful. So you're going to hear a couple times when she talks, you're going to get the Japanese movie, because I had to cut the words. So this is CBS this morning deciding they're going to do a hit piece on Pete Hegseth. Big mistake. They didn't do their homework. They thought they could just come out and deliver this hit piece and then it was going to take down Pete Hegseth. But they kind of left some holes. When you hear this, you're going to be like, what?
Graphic details into a claim against Donald Trump's pick to run the Department of Defense. The police report is now published for anyone to read. Pete Hegseth's lawyer maintains it was a consensual encounter. CBS's Nicole Killen was asking tough questions today on Capitol Hill.
Vice President-elect J.D. Vance played host to Defense Secretary pick Pete Hegseth on Capitol Hill today, just as the news broke of a graphic newly released police report that detailed Hegseth's involvement in an alleged assault in 2017.
Did you in Monterey, California?
I have, as far as the media is concerned, I'll keep this very simple. The matter was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared, and that's where I'm going to leave.
According to the report, a woman referred to as Jane Doe met Hegseth during a conference at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Both were drinking with a group at the hotel bar when Doe said things got fuzzy. A nurse who treated...
Notice they're on page, can't really tell, but they kind of skipped a bunch of pages to get to this part. I'm going to fill in the details, what you should know, because they said it's online, so yeah, I went ahead and downloaded it, and I'm like, what? Why did you jump to this page? Notice where it says here, line 84, line 88. What's on line 1 through like 60? Just saying.
Her later said Doe believed something may have been slipped into her drink. She then recalled being in a hotel room when Hegseth took her phone from her hand. When she got up to leave, Hegseth blocked the door with his body. Her next memory was when she was on a bed or a couch and Hegseth was over her. His dog tags were hovering over her face.
I don't know the young lady.
Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen said Hegseth addressed the allegation in their meeting.
I don't think there's any way in the world you're going to say that this was a...
What makes you so confident about that?
Have you read the report?
I actually haven't. Got it right here.
I read the report too. It's pretty clear that what took place. It was pretty clear that it was. She definitely wasn't drugged to a room. It was two people working on each other.
Well, it also said she couldn't get out of the room.
Condescending, whichever report. It also says she couldn't get out of the room. You know, that's just two people. It's a he said, she said, right? Now, I'm not making light of these kind of situations, but there's some extra information that you're not going to hear on this CBS report.
Well, that's one person's opinion.
Hegseth's attorney told CBS News police found the allegations to be false and
the police found the allegations to be false. Then what the hell are you reporting? He did the horizontal bop with someone and there's no charges filed. How is that even news? He hooks up with some woman at a bar, and afterwards she makes up some stuff. Let me withdraw that. Afterwards she gives a statement because she's nervous. She's freaking out. But CBS doesn't tell you why she's freaking out. Because when you find out why she's freaking out, you're going to go, oh my God, the media just stepped in it all over again.
Claimed it was Hegseth who was intoxicated and the woman who was the aggressor. He also confirmed the Fox News host paid the woman an unknown sum of money after she threatened to sue, fearing it could cost him his job.
Listen to what she says right here. Very, very important. Ready?
The district attorney in Monterey said tonight that her office declined to file charges against Hegseth because it determined that they could not be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Nora?
Well, wait a second. Nothing could be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Where I come from, if you can't prove something beyond a reasonable doubt, that's pretty much the definition of innocence. what was CBS thinking? So, Barry, you said there were some other things on this report that they didn't put on here. Okay, so let me tell you the part that they're leaving out. It seems like a Harlequin novel here or something here. Okay, so Fabio. So they're hanging out in the bar with some people, and, drinks are flowing, people there. Okay, he's on TV. I don't know who she is. And she goes up to his hotel room. She wasn't dragged like Diddy. She went up to his hotel room. She gets there at about, 1:30. The horizontal boppage happens, and about 4:30, she leaves. But something happens between the hours of 1:30 and 4:30 besides the horizontal boppage. You see, her husband and children were downstairs a couple floors staying in the same hotel. And while Mama decides to go get freaky, the husband's texting her going, "Hey, where you at? It's 1:30 in the morning. I ain't seen ya." 2:30. "Hey, are you okay?" 3:30. "I'm really starting to get worried now." Oh, of course she couldn't answer the phone because she was busy. She couldn't respond to the texts. The texts are like, bleh, 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 while she's getting bzit, bzit, bzit. And at 4:30, she looks down and goes, "Oh my God, my husband has been texting me. I better go someplace. Oh, I need to come up with some story because, he did. I didn't want to be there." Yeah, CBS didn't tell you that, did they? They didn't tell you that her husband was freaking out going, "Where's my wife?" She was supposedly downstairs with some friends, and here it is, 1:30 in the morning, I can't find my wife. 2:30, I'm getting freaked out. I can't find my wife. 4 o'clock in the morning, oh, I still can't find my wife. 4:30, she shows up back at the hotel room, runs into the shower real quick. Where the hell you going? Where you been, and where you going? Why are you looking all disheveled? You didn't leave the room looking like this, but you come back looking like, None of that. None of it. It's all in the police report. None of it did they say on CBS right there. Listen to this.
Number 7.
All right, Anthony, the Hegseth nomination. Do you think that Hegseth or the president-elect, how do you think they feel about the graphic details of this police report coming to light during a confirmation hearing? What do you think that'll be like?
So I want to fully disclose that I worked with Pete. I had a good relationship with Pete. But I think Anna is onto something. I think the Republicans, this is sort of season.
I want to disclose something for you here. Anthony Scaramucci is not an attorney. Anthony Scaramucci has nothing to do with law enforcement. Anthony Scaramucci got fired by Trump, 10 days after he was there? And so you're asking Anthony Scaramucci about this police report? Seriously, CNN?
To Apprentice White House edition. I think the Republicans have shape-shifted a little bit here and are ready for Donald Trump. Also, remember, if Donald Trump is a lame duck, he's only got one more credible election ahead, and that's the midterms. And I think they're going to push back. And I think if the reports are true, and I'm not saying they are, it'll be up to the Senate to figure that out. I think this is as bad as Gates. So I don't agree with Adam. I think this is less than 50% that he gets through.
Now notice, he's lying. He's saying this is just as bad as Gates. I don't know what happened with Matt Gaetz, but the allegations were that the woman was underage. This woman wasn't underage. It's not even comparable. This woman goes up to a man's hotel room at 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's only one reason you go up to another person's hotel room at 1 o'clock in the morning. I think they call that a booty call. And how bad of a woman... Your husband and children are downstairs. Your husband... You decide of all times to go cheat while your husband and children are a couple floors down. I don't got no words for that.
And I think the Republicans are taking a tact in the Senate that's very different than the Trump transition team thought they would, or frankly, people like us here speaking about it.
Numbers.
All right. So now you've got the table set here, right? So Megyn Kelly, who is an attorney, she is a lawyer, she takes the police report, and she's going to put her own, I wouldn't even call spin, her seasoning on it.
6.
Jane Doe had business at the hotel. On 10/7, Jane Doe was busy at the conference. Blank was in the hotel room, blank, and blank stated Jane Doe had gone to their hotel room at approximately 5 p.m. while on a break. Blank stated Jane Doe did not seem intoxicated.
Blank is her husband. They can't put his name in the report. So Blank is looking for his wife. Where you at, babe? What's going on?
Jane Doe had left the room and went back to work. Blank stated Jane Doe was in communication with him via text messages. Blank stated he fell asleep and woke up on 10/8 at approximately midnight. They texted some more, and Jane Doe told him she was at the bar and out with the woman from the conference. At approximately 12:30 a.m., Jane Doe stopped texting Blank. Blank was worried about...
Tell me if any of this was in that CBS report. I already know the answer. No. They didn't say any of this.
Jane Doe. Blank was reading the news, and it made him even more worried for Jane Doe's safety. At approximately 2 a.m., Blank stated he had left the room and went to look for Jane Doe at Knuckles Bar. Blank stated there was no one at the bar when he arrived on scene. Blank went back to his room.
All right, so imagine this. And ladies, think it's your husband. Men think it's your wife. You're there with little Buffy and, sitting out. Where's Mommy? I don't know. I ain't seen Mommy since like 5 o'clock. She's been down at Knuckles Bar. Well, where's Mommy now? It's late, Daddy. Well, you go back to bed. Let me figure this out. Where the hell you at, honey? Where are you at? I'm worried about you. Which, by the way, if it was me, and, the wife wasn't back up in the room at 12 o'clock or whatever, I'm going down there before 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not just sitting there texting going, maybe she's okay. Baby, where you at? Megan, continue.
You with me? You saw the text earlier? My love, you've never been out close to 2 before. What's going on? Where are you? And now here's Blank telling the cops that at 2 a.m. he left the room and went to look for her. Okay? Went down to Knuckles. No one was there. At approximately 4 a.m., Jane Doe arrived at their hotel room. This is per the husband, we assume.
Kind of a credible witness.
To the cops. Accessed their room on her own and used the key card reader to get in. Jane Doe told Blank that she must, quote, must have fallen asleep. Jane Doe was apologetic. Blank...
Oh, hold on, honey. Okay, so you were down at the bar, yeah. And you've been drinking, yeah. And you fell asleep. Where, in the hotel lobby? I didn't see you. I went down there. Where'd you fall asleep? On the hotel bench? Were you in the hall? Where exactly did you fall asleep? You're going to have to tell me this one, darling. I need to know.
Notes that Jane Doe did not have a hard time walking and was not slurring her words. That's it right there, folks. That's why they did not bring charges. This is the husband. The cops are looking at text messages of the husband saying to her, you're never out this late. It's 2 a.m. Then the text message cuts off, and he says, where are you okay? Are you okay? No response. And she was seen going to Pete Hegseth's room at 1:30. So by 2, she's there. The communication with the husband clearly ends while she's in Pete's room. She doesn't respond to any of those texts. He gets up and looks for her. And within 2 hours, she's home. At 1:30 on the tape, she doesn't look intoxicated. In the bar, she doesn't look intoxicated. And here we are at 4 a.m. with the husband saying she does not look intoxicated. She did not have a hard time walking. She was not slurring her words. She apologized. And what was the story she told? That she must have fallen asleep. The very same story that Pete Hegseth says she told him she would tell the husband. Pete Hegseth and the husband are not talking. there.
Okay. Those of you who are married, if your husband or your wife was gone all night long and showed up and said, I fell asleep, honey, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Where'd you fall asleep? What do you mean you fell asleep? And what's wrong with your hair and your makeup? CBS, shame on you. Shame on you for omitting all of this in your report. There's a reason why you should hate the media. Every single day they're showing you more and more why you should just ignore the media.
Not coordinating stories. The cop spoke to Pete independently, and Pete said it was consensual and she was panicked. She had cheated on her husband and was going to tell him this lie. They're simultaneously talking to the husband, who says she came in, she didn't look drunk. That's my interpretation of him saying didn't have a hard time walking, was not slurring, and tells him she must have fallen asleep. The very same lie that she told Pete she would tell. That's it. I'm sorry. This woman was not. This is a bullshit accusation.
Oh, I had fun making that little edit, put those cuts together. I got nothing to say. Our media sucks. The media is nothing. We are the media. You are the media. They left all of that out. They left that little snippet and tried to pretend like Pete Hegseth had done something. Well, he done something, all right. Coming up here? You sure? Yeah. Okay, come on in. Oh, my goodness. Oh my God, my husband's been texting me like all night long. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him I fell asleep. Where? I don't know. I'll make something up. Okay. The rest of the story is which somebody should go find out. Are they still together? And what happened to little Buffy? Buffy, mom's upstairs getting, you know what? And Dad's sitting here holding in his hands, going, "What's going on?" Yeah, you have to move out. You gotta go.